World Environment Day, 2026. Climate Action at a Crossroads. The observance of World Environment Day 2026 arrives at a pivotal moment in global climate policy. For more than 3 decades, governments, corporations, and international organizations have framed climate change as one of humanity's defining challenges. Yet today, climate action faces growing political, economic, and geopolitical headwinds. Energy security concerns, industrial competition, the expansion of artificial intelligence, and shifting political priorities are increasingly competing with decarbonization goals. The Earth continues to send unmistakable signals of environmental stress through rising global temperatures, severe heat waves, destructive wildfires, intensified storms, and accelerating glacier loss. Scientists warn that the internationally recognized 1.5 degrees Celsius warming threshold is rapidly being approached or exceeded in many measurements. Nevertheless, climate policy is increasingly sharing the stage with other national priorities. One notable trend is the renewed emphasis on fossil fuel-based energy security. Both China and India, while remaining major investors in renewable energy, are simultaneously expanding coal-related projects. China has approved multi-billion-dollar coal gasification and coal-to-chemicals facilities aimed at reducing dependence on imported oil feedstocks and enhancing industrial resilience. For example, Hengyi Petrochemical is investing billions of dollars in a coal-to-ethylene glycol complex in Xinjiang. India has similarly launched a major coal gasification initiative to convert domestic coal reserves into chemicals such as methanol and ammonia, with approximately 400 billion tons of coal reserves and nearly half of its energy consumption still derived from coal. India views coal conversion technologies as a strategic tool for economic development, employment generation, and energy independence. These projects highlight a growing policy reality. Many emerging economies are prioritizing energy security and industrial growth alongside, and sometimes ahead of, emissions reduction. In the United States, a new environmental debate has emerged around the rapid expansion of artificial intelligence infrastructure. AI data centers require enormous quantities of electricity and water to operate advanced computing systems. Communities across the country are increasingly questioning the environmental footprint of these facilities. Concerns include pressure on local power grids, increased water consumption in drought-prone regions, and rising greenhouse gas emissions when electricity demand is met by fossil fuel generation. Public sentiment reflects these concerns. Surveys indicate that many Americans oppose the construction of large AI data centers in their communities, citing environmental and infrastructure impacts. Policymakers now face the challenge of balancing technological innovation with sustainability objectives. The AI revolution may accelerate economic growth, but it also risks increasing energy demand at a time when many nations are struggling to meet climate targets. Political developments have further complicated the climate landscape. Under the Trump administration, environmental programs and climate-related research budgets have faced significant scrutiny and proposed reductions. Agencies such as the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, have experienced budget pressures, reflecting a broader policy shift toward deregulation and energy production. Critics argue that reduced federal investment in environmental science and climate mitigation could weaken the nation's ability to address long-term climate risks. At the same time, prominent climate advocates are re-evaluating their approaches. Bill Gates, long known for supporting climate innovation and clean energy technologies, has recently argued for a broader strategy that places greater emphasis on poverty reduction, public health, and climate adaptation. While Gates continues to acknowledge climate change as a serious challenge, he contends that preventing human suffering in vulnerable populations should receive equal attention alongside emissions reduction efforts. His evolving position reflects a growing debate within the climate community regarding the balance between mitigation and adaptation. Despite these shifting priorities, economic evidence suggests that climate action remains a significant growth opportunity. Renewable energy, electrification, energy efficiency, and green manufacturing continue to generate jobs and attract investment in many countries. Proponents argue that the transition to a low-carbon economy can simultaneously enhance energy security, strengthen industrial competitiveness, and reduce environmental risks. As World Environment Day 2026 is observed, the global climate agenda finds itself at a crossroads. The urgency of climate change remains clear, yet governments are increasingly navigating a complex landscape shaped by geopolitical tensions, technological transformation, economic competitiveness, and domestic political pressures. The challenge for policymakers is no longer simply recognizing the climate crisis, but ensuring that climate action remains central to development strategies in a world where competing priorities are growing louder. The debate may be evolving, but the environmental signals remain unchanged. The decisions made today regarding energy, industry, technology, and sustainability will shape both economic prosperity and environmental stability for generations to come.